Wisconsin has made it to 4 Rose Bowls. They look to make it a 5th with the win here. That would be the most in Big Ten history since 1993. This week, the Packers did something they haven't done since 2007, win the NFC North. A pretty big accomplishment for many teams, unless, of course, you're the defending Super Bowl champ. And you had to know that was coming, didn't you? It definitely wasn't the prettiest of performances as the Packers give up 455 yards of total offense.
Being a mascot is a lot more hard work than people think. First, you have to wear this huge head.
Regan Porchot is ready for the trip of a lifetime. He and his 2 sons, Jake and Logan, along with friend Chris, will be biking cross-country from Anacortes, Washington to Bar Harbor, Maine. The trek will help raise money for the disease ataxia telangiectasia, a rare childhood disease family friend Maddox DeVitt suffers from.
As long as we're doing this right across the country, let's do something that'll help benefit some people. And after meeting Maddox and his family, it was hard to say no.
I'm going to be motivated by the whole situation, by helping out families and knowing that every pedal I do is going to help out another kid. And so that's what I want to do. I want to keep on pushing no matter what.
The Porchots have gone on 350-mile bike trips in Wisconsin and Michigan before, but those pale in comparison to the 4,000-mile ride ahead of them.
I think it's a once-in-a-lifetime adventure, and I think no one really has this opportunity like we do, and it's going to be a great adventure for all of us.
They have already raised $6,000 and hope to raise a total of $20,000 for the AT Children's Project to help find a cure for the deadly disease.
Knowing Maddox and similar families that are out there with AT and what they've had to go through, it is wonderful to be able to team up with them. And, you know, this trip will be very meaningful to them and to us, too.
Their starting trail in the Cascade Mountains is currently under 55 feet of snow, so the group hopes by the time they get there, it'll be open. In Mosinee, Ryan Wing, News Channel 7 Sports.
Now, with your award-winning sports coverage, here's Ryan Wing.
The Marathon Cup is always the highlight of the early season in hockey for Wausau East, West, DC Everest, and Mosinee, and you couldn't ask for a better game on paper tonight. Second-ranked and undefeated Everest against the defending champs and 7th-ranked Warriors. Watch Wes Kiley on this one. Draws and defenders with him, then great vision to find Zach Peterson in front of the goal to make it 1-0. Warriors on the power play now. John Feemster decides to keep it himself, and he beats Andy Mahler near post. It's 2-0. Great look for the Greens to make it a 1-goal game, but Cole Halligan's shot goes off the post. He takes his frustration out on the ice. They would get a power play, though, but turn it over in their own zone, and Tom Kilgore capitalizes. Goes top shelf with the wrister. West hands Everest their first loss of the year in shutout fashion. 5-0 is your final. East and Mosinee squaring off in the first game of the night. Lumberjacks up 3-2 in the third and look to add to it, but Jimmy Rogers will have none of it. Scoops the puck out of harm's way. Jacks still on the power play, and this time they'll convert. Loose puck in front of the net. Zach Comfort pokes it in and puts on the championship belt for good measure. Indians keep attacking, but Anthony Lashua makes sure they don't get back into it. He falls on top of the puck. Then it's Comfort again in his comfort zone in the beautiful redirect off Henry Knuckles' shot. East advances to the title game with the 5-2 win. To the Valley we go now. Over in Rapids, they are hosting Marshfield. Let's pick it up mid-first period. Rapids, Luke Cruiser finds a wide-open Ty Hennessy, denied by Mac Alborio. No score early on. Then Zach Campbell gets it to Ethan Elgersma. Again, Alborio like a stone wall in front of that goal. Under a minute to go in the first. Skylar Seifert tries to blast one from the blue line. Cole Paulson, though, right there for the save. It was scoreless after 1 period of play, and all the goals, of course, would come after our camera leaves. Rapids wins it 6-1. Staying in Rapids as the wrestling team hosts rival Spash. We pick it up at 138 pounds. Rapids, Ben Campbell going against the Packers. Mark Seabury. Campbell gets the 2 points on the takedown and wins that match. On to 145 now. Keegan Einerson. He took 5th at 130 pounds at state last year. Also gets the takedown of Tyler Engel. And Rapids on a roll. Then at 152 pounds, Rylan Lubeck, relentless all night. Keeps up the trend of takedowns. He wins his match with ease. Finally at 160 pounds, nearly halfway through the first, Casey Einerson gets Billy Duffert's shoulders to the mat for the pin. Rapids wins it by 20, 42-22. Only 2 teams in NFL history have achieved a perfect regular season, the 72 Dolphins and the 07 Patriots. Only the Dolphins, though, finished it off with a Super Bowl win. Sports Director Dale Ryman has more on the Packers' pursuit for perfection. Finally, Wisconsin taking on Savannah State tonight at the Kohl Center. Close early at 5-4, but the Badgers seize control and don't look back. Ryan Evans, the post-up move, gets the bucket and the bump. 12 for him on the night. Then it's Josh Gosser's turn. He dials 3 for long distance. Muy bueno! An even 10 for the sophomore. 4 players in double scoring tonight for Bucky, led by Jared Bergen's 13. The easy bucket off the Jordan Taylor pretty wraparound pass. Then Taylor keeps it himself. The floater in the lane caps off a 12-0 run. Badgers double up the Tigers 66-33. 8 months ago, Marshfield's Taylor Varsho saw the end of her season come much earlier than expected. Prior to the Tigers' sectional semifinal loss against Superior, Varsho tore her left ACL and was done for the year. The process since has been a grueling combination of rehab and therapy to get her leg back in playing shape.
My summer was the longest journey ever that I've ever been on, and it was difficult for me not to play in the summer, and seeing my teammates out there right now, it's been definitely a struggle for me on the bench.
It's been 8 long months for her. Mental torture is how I, put it sometimes. Just her dealing with the rehab and wanting to be on that court and playing.
Ask anyone who went through an ACL injury and they will tell you that the hardest part of getting back is the mental aspect, not the physical. And that's exactly the case for Taylor. She's learning to trust her knee more and more each day.
Even now, like when I go on the court, I'm always kind of shy and still going like, oh, is it going to happen again? Is it going to happen again? But you got to take that mental aspect out of it and just focus on, I can do this, and like it's not going to happen again.
Taylor hopes to be medically cleared to play this coming Monday and get back on the court next Friday. Before the injury, she led Division I in scoring at 21 points per game and enters this season on the Division I preseason All-State team.
With her being gone, it only adds, to learn to play without her is what I wish we had last year before the game, and it only makes our team so much better.
She just is going to add a spark that we haven't had, throughout the summer, and just that senior leadership, that proven scorer, that proven player, to kind of settle a very young team down.
The Tigers hope with a healthy Varsho this year, they can make it past the sectional semis and roar down to state in Madison. In Marshfield, Ryan Wing, News Channel 7 Sports.